Yo, peace was good. Welcome to another hip hop album review. This is part 196. The album that I'll be reviewing today is Rakim's solo debut album titled The 18th Letter, released in 1997. You guys should know who Rakim is. I already did a review on his first four albums. The first four albums that he did with Eric B. Rakim. From Pay the Full all the way up to Don't Sweat the Technique. I did do a review on his second solo album called The Master, which I wasn't really too fond of. Was not a fan of the album. There was a couple of songs I liked here and there from that album, but overall it was not a good album for me. It felt rushed. It didn't feel right. I didn't even like the album cover. And I have to do a review on his the Seventh Seal album that he dropped in 2009, which I wasn't too fond of either. But just to complete the album, I guess like the Rakim discography, I might as well, right? So, right after 1992, Eric and Rakim, they broke up, and they were kind of beefing with each other internally, but they also were having problems with the record label MCA Records, and which eventually got them in court and stuff like that, and they ended up getting dropped from the label, things like that. They kind of went to separate ways and stuff like that. And throughout the mid-90s, Rakim's been kind of quiet, but also it's because like I said, he got dropped from MCA Records, so he's been kind of quiet on the music side. He'll have like songs on soundtracks here and there, a couple of like 12 inches and stuff like that, but nothing too like extravagant, if you will. And he had legal issues as well, so which is why you didn't really hear too much of him. But it wasn't until like 1996 he landed a deal with Universal Records, which this album was under Universal Records. And he signed that deal in 96, started recording the album, and we have this album right here. Alright? There's 3 singles of the album. The singles are It's Been a Long Time, The Saga Begins, and Guess Who's Back. Those are the singles of the album. Alright? There are no features on the album, thank God for that. But there are some. But I'll name the producers in a minute. But I'm gonna show you guys what the album looks like. This is what the album looks like. You see Rakim just looking at you. You know what I'm saying? Pretty simple. You know what I mean? So, but that's dope right there. I never noticed that until today. So I thought that was pretty cool. See in the back, you just see Rakim holding his head. I thought that was pretty cool. All right. I'll show you what the CD looks like. Alright, Rakim, that's pretty cool. You know what I mean? I thought that was pretty cool. And then you see, I'm assuming what would be Rakim's hands in different colors. I thought that was pretty cool. Alright, put the CD down. Alright, let's go through the booklet. Alright, you see kind of like a exposed shirtless Rakim with the track listing going across his chest and stomach. You know what I mean? Pretty cool. Same picture that's on the CD, pretty cool. Got some drawings here, I thought that was pretty cool. Got some quotables from Rakim, pretty cool. More quotables. You got like some African art right here, pretty cool. You got some, more quotables and stuff. Then you see that pretty dope. You see like a illustration of Nas and during the Illmatic era. That was pretty cool. Then you see Rakim right here with some dope gear. Shabazz Brothers. Holy shit. The producers on the album are Father Shahid or Father Shah of Poor Righteous Teachers fame. Recipes to Father Shahid. He died, I think around 2009, he died in a motorcycle accident. And recipes to Tony D of Poor Righteous Teachers as well. DJ Premier, DJ Clark Kent, very underrated producer. Pete Rock, mentioned Clark Kent again. Primo again. Nick Wish. Yo, shout out to Nick Wiz. Nick Wiz is a dope producer. Naughty Shorts, P-Rock, and Mon Suave Productions of Suave House Productions. Suave House Records fame. Yeah, so let us get into the album. Um, Track one is the intro. Is an interviewer just asking Rakim, "What are you giving back?" Rakim says, "Skills." Nothing to it. Pretty simple. You know what I mean? So pretty cool. Nothing to talk about too much. Track two, 18th letter. 18th letter. Always and forever. And by the way, forgot to mention the 18th letter being R, being R, being the 18th letter of the alphabet. You know what I mean? So forgot to mention that as well. Like I said, the 18th letter, track two, the 18th letter, always and forever. Pretty dope song. Produced by Father Shaheed. Pretty dope way to start the album, sets the tone of the album. One of my favorite lines. One of my favorite lines is when he said, "Shine permanently, only my mind's concerning me. Fire burns in me eternally, times eternity. Followers turn on me. They'll be in a mental infirmary. Determinedly advanced technology better than Germany." I mean, so fucking dope, man. I fucking love Rakim for that, man. His the double entendres with words and stuff like that, and not to mention his breath control. Like, not once do you hear him breathe when he raps, man. It's just kind of like da 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 da. It's very consistent. Like, the dude's not human. Like, he's fucking dope, man. Track three is a skit, just him talking about how he hasn't been around in a while. He's had a lot of setbacks and things like that, but he's just promising the fans that it won't be like that anymore and things like that. Nothing to talk about, but pretty interesting. Track four, It's Been a Long Time. That was produced by DJ Premier. That was a single. One of my favorite lines of the album, of that song. I believe it's the third and final single of the album, which, in my opinion, I wish they had a video for it, but that's near here or there. One of my favorite lines of the song is when he says, "With mathematics, put your stats above the average and help you rappers make paragraphs with graphics. Cause new days is dawning, cause new days are dawning, new ways of performing, brainstorming. I write and watch the night turn to morning." Fucking dope, son. This nigga is nasty, son. Fucking love that joint right there. It's been a long time. That's by Rakim. Track five, Remember That was produced by Clark Kent. Pretty cool track, very laid back, very dope, laid back beat by Clark Kent. It's just him talking about reminiscing about his coming up in hip hop and things like that, and talk about the times like where he would just go to the park jams and hip hop shows and stuff like that. But he also talks about that within those park jams and those events, there would be always gunshots and they would just like stop the fucking event, and that happens to this day. It's just unfortunate. Let me just turn down the music. It's a little bit loud. Alright. Shout out to Necro. Got Necro in the background. Alright. So anyways, getting back to this song, Remember That, just him, like I said, reminiscent of the old days of hip hop, to the point where you have that one dude that have to fuck it up for everybody and shoot up the place, and then that's over for that event. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. It always happens in New York, with the Labor Day parade. You always have somebody always getting shot at or somebody getting stabbed or anything like that. It's just really crazy. I've heard talks of them trying to stop that, but if it keeps it up, they're gonna have to, because you're never learning anything from that. You don't hear that from anything else, but this is what it is, man. But it's just unfortunate with that. Track 6, The Saga Begins. That was produced by Pete Rock. Definitely one of my favorite tracks of the album. Love the beat, dope piano beat, very fucking dope. One of my favorite lines is where he said, "I'm the star in this," which means that Arthur's authentic, most definite. Every episode's an epidemic, so when you research, check it. Here go the evidence. They represent with lyrical negligence for presidents. That nigga is such a woo. Rakim is that nigga, son. He's a lyrical laureate, man. That dude is phenomenal. I fucking love that guy, man. Track 7 is just a skit, just him talking about bringing hip hop back and stuff like that. Because at that time, around like 96, 97, it started getting like more commercial, with the Bad Boy and Death Row records and stuff like that. So just him talking about bringing it back. But ironically, he signs with Aftermath with Dr. Dre, but that didn't work out. Thank God for that. But that's a whole different topic. Track 8, Guess Who's Back? Is, I believe it's the second single, and it's his most successful single of the album. Yeah, that was produced by Clark Kent. Not really my favorite song of the album. There is a video for that. You can find it on YouTube. Me personally, I understand why they chose that as a single. I think that was more of the label's decision because it just sounded really commercial, especially for Rakim. There is a Bob James sample that Clark Kent flipped. I have that record that he uses and stuff like that, but it's okay. It's not really my favorite. It's not something that I listen to on the daily. It's not something I'll go to. You know what I mean? So, not his best track in my opinion, but kind of in my opinion, probably like the weakest track on the album. That's just my opinion. Track 9, Stay Well. Just him talking about just having, just finding a girl, just to be in his life and stuff like that. Just having that one partner, that ride or die, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much what I got from the song, Stay a While. That kind of thing. The song kind of has like a party vibe to it. That's what I got from the joint. But yeah, it's a decent track. It's not the best song in the world, but I thought it was cool. All right. Track 10, New York, You're Out There. That was produced by DJ Premier. That song was pretty cool. Like I said, produced by DJ Premier. Dope lyrics, like the lyrics, but the beat was it was okay, for Primo. I felt like it could have been a little bit better. It wasn't really my favorite Primo track. Could have done without. I mean, not to say I could have done without it. I feel like it could have been better. The beat could have been better, but lyric wise, Rakim, he fucking delivers, man. He fucking kills that shit. Track 11. Also with New York, You're Out There. He actually talks about the dangers of living in New York and stuff like that, like how every borough has their different ways of doing things, like just watch your back and that kind of thing. And that's what I got from this song, New York, You're Out There. Track 11, Show Me Love, one of my favorite tracks of the album. That was produced by Nick Wiz. Love that beat, man. In this song, he just talks about a girl that he sees that he's interested in, and then how guys does, they try to have that gift of gab. Some guys that have that gift of gab spit that ill game, and that's what he talks about this song. One of my favorite lines is where he says, "It's time to bring the day in, fresh out the crib sauteing, right away in, swerve on surveying. That's when I saw her, the kind you want to see more of, the sexy aura. It made it hard to ignore her. Expression her possession of property skyrocket. I'm investing her presence, and in time the profits. I take a acre for you, fertilize the soil, make it boil till it produce black oil." Wow, holy shit. That was fucking dope, man. That song is dope. See, that should have been a single, but again, we're talking 96, 97. This is like the Bad Boy era, you know what I mean? So, too deep, I guess for the masses, that kind of thing, but I fucking love that joint. That easy could have been a single. If you was to come out with that song today, I think it would have been fared well, you know what I mean? I thought that was pretty cool. Track 12 is a skit. He just talks about how he's just amazed of like all the props he gets from like all of his fans and people outside and stuff like that, saying like how he's a legend, he's skillful, and it's just how he's humbled by that and stuff like that. That's what I got from that skit. Track 13, The Mystery. Very deep track. The Mystery, Who is God, in parentheses. I thought that was pretty cool. Self-explanatory. Just talks about what I got from the song is that, if it wasn't for God, none of this that you see today is possible. whether it's, humans, nature, animals, the sun, weather, water, the food that we eat, shit like that. That's what I got from that. He goes really deep into that. Very dope track. I fucks with that. Track 14, When I'm Flowing. That was a Pete Rock track produced by Pete Rock. Love that joint. Another dope Pete Rock joint. Dope piano sample. Definitely, like, again, one of my favorite tracks off the album. My favorite line is when he says, "Crowds are screaming, I choke the mic and I keep squeezing, style seeming like I use 1,000 words without breathing, busting text like Russian roulette and I doubt you win, freestyles like hand grenades without the pen composing, delete the mic full of corrosion." Like, Jesus Christ, so fucking dope, man. Love that joint. Fucking love that beat, man. Very, very dope. And then track 15 and 16. 15 it's been a long time. It's a swap house mix. I wasn't too crazy about that. Could have done without that. And Guess Who's Back is the ultimate mix. Just wasn't too crazy about that either. It's pretty much the same as Guess Who's Back. It's like a little different. I think like the lyrics is I don't really know the difference between the original and this one, but wasn't too crazy about that. And track 17 was just the outro. It just talks about the interview asking him like, what do you want to be remembered by? He's just like his lyricism, his words and stuff like that. And that's what I got from that from the outro. Overall, man, very dope album, very underrated. You know what I mean? A lot better than the master. This is Rakim. Sharp. His sword was sharp. You know what I mean? This album, like I said, is very slept on. I don't really hear too many people talk about this album. Because 1997 was such a big year. This was Biggie's death. Life After Death came on. The Mesa, Harlem World came out that year. The Puffy's No Way Out album came out. So there was a lot of albums that came out. Busta Rhymes when the disaster strikes, which I have to do a review on Busta Rhymes solo albums. When you guys get a chance, me and Mike, we break down Mike Sears of Speaking Cloud Podcast. We actually did like a discography breakdown of Busta Rhymes. We did all of his albums, so I definitely check it out. Just type in Speaker Cloud Podcast or Speaker Cloud and Busta Rhymes on YouTube, and it should pop up. But overall, dope album. Like I said, very slept on. There was some lackluster tracks, but it was a strong album either way. Is it a classic? No. But, it's good to see Rakim still doing his thing. You know what I mean? Like I said, I did a review on The Master. Wasn't too fond of that album. It was okay. Could have done without it, honestly. But, it is what it is. Overall, dope album. If you can find it, pick it up. It's out of print, but you get it for dumb cheap. So it's not an expensive album or anything like that. So, also Rakim in '96. I don't know if he put it out himself or it was like a bootleg, but there was an EP that he put out was like unreleased stuff that he made throughout the mid '90s, which I'll post in the description box. You know what I mean? So you know how I get down. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that review. Definitely stay tuned for more reviews. Shout out to everybody in Speaker Cloud Podcast. Mike Sears, Triborough, Russ Hartley, Reg, Cold Chiller, man. Shout out to you guys, man. And I want to give a big shout out to my dude, Rudy Bedoya. Shout out to my dude right there. He's been a long time supporter of mine. So I really appreciate that. So this is for you. You know what I mean? This is for everybody. So definitely stay tuned, man. Definitely got some more reviews cooking up. You know what I mean? So definitely stay tuned for more. Alright? Hope you guys enjoyed it. Peace! Let me know what you guys think, alright? Peace.